How are you feeling today? This is Tessa-Marie and welcome to the Morning Blessings. Today is going to be a special day. So grab your coffee, get your water, take a sip, and let's get the morning blessing going. Good morning, Stace. How are you feeling this morning? It is Thursday and we're celebrating the morning blessing. So let's see what we can do with this morning. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Hi, Loretta. Good morning. Nice to see you, Lisa. Michael told me how you are so busy, but that's lovely. Oh, hi, Stace. Thanks for doing that. It is a nice morning. So I'll just tell you guys, I got my copies of the book. You know I have to buy them, right? You don't get them for free. So anyway, it came yesterday morning. And it was really nice to get them. It's, as you know, and I think I said it before, this is not a huge book. It's beautiful. Hi, Peter. Good morning. So I got it, and it's not a big book. See? It's purposely created so that you read it, but you study it. So that's what the 5 Pillars of Prosperity is about. Every one of you who contributed to it in a way that you sent a note to me and all of that, it's in there. And then the thing that made it amazing is that I purposely, hi Georgie, welcome. I made it tiny. I wanted it to be a book you would want to read, but study. It's not, you'll read it the first time, but if I made it thicker, you might get fed up with it. And that is not what it is. It's a teaching book. It's a tool. And if you have a tool, you want it to be able to do lots of things and do it well. And tiny things sometimes give you great results, and which is what the 5 pillars are. When we talk about the 5 pillars, I never ask you to do 1 hour of emotional prosperity work, 1 hour of mental work. It's not. It's 60 minutes every day. And it's 6 of those things you do towards this pillar. So for example, you have 24 hours in a day. I'm asking you to give yourself 1. Give 1 to you. Not to your family, not to your friends, not to your neighbor, not to anybody, just to you. And that 1 hour is up to you. No matter where you are, like Nadi said in there, you have something you can develop. So no matter where you are, this little tiny thing that Amazon is charging a lot for, but that's the price, we can't fight it, is amazing. Because when you pick it up, as soon as you open it, you will hear a note from Ryan. And Ryan is the reason that the 5 pillars of prosperity came to being. I went to a thing about maybe 15 years ago, and I met somebody in the line. I can't remember her name, and she was coaching Ryan. And we were just talking in the line, and she said to me, and she asked for my number, and she came to see me too. And we spoke for a long time, and she wanted to do some things, and she was a young lady. So we worked on that. And then one day she sent Ryan to me. And Ryan came, and the first thing, Ryan is an accountant. So the first thing I opened the door, he said, "Why don't you charge?" That was the first thing Ryan said. So as you can understand, Ryan's obsession is always to do with money, because that's what he's trained to do. So I said to him right there at the door, I said, if I charge you $20 an hour, it wouldn't make much of a dent in my life. But I know for sure that if I leave you with your $20 and I show you what to do with that $20, you will have a better life, an amazing life. And he didn't say anything. He just looked at me. And I started off with Ryan. And I have a lot of, opinions about the 5 pillars. I have a lot more that could have gone in the book, but it wouldn't help you. Because Nadi said it best when she said the 5 pillars is like you get a little string and you have it in your hand and it's up to you to pull it. And that is what the 5 pillars are. Each one of them is a tiny little golden thread. Let me show you what I did when I taught it earlier on. I will show you how I talked about the pillars. So the pillars they're golden, they're special. And what I did when I first started to help with it, I gave you just this. This is the strength that you get with the 5 pillars. That's what they are. Each of them give you one of those. Nothing bigger, nothing smaller. And then, of course, as you pull on them, they reveal themselves to you. And then you have a longer rope, more in control. Good morning, Ivan. You can take that rope, hi Lorna, and you can tie it. You can twist it. But the beginning of your journey with the 5 pillars of prosperity is very small. It doesn't have a lot in it. It's not meant to. It has important things. The book is about 75 pages, so it's not big. The print is smaller, but that's not what it is. What is contained, as you know, I was coaching last night, and I was talking to a young lady actually, and I said to her, take your pen. I asked her, do you garden? She said, no, that's all you. I said, take your pen and make a dot on the paper. And she did that. I said, this is the size of a lettuce seed. And she said, what? I said, yeah, that is what that one bunch you get at the supermarket, that's how it starts. So that's what the pillar is, because I cannot tell you your fulfilled life is going to be like Lisa's, like Loretta, like Lorna, like Georgie, like Stacy, Yoko, all of you, like Ivan. No, your fulfilled life is your fulfilled life. It's the life that you want, you desire. It's the life you put this thing into. And so in this book, you will learn to design your fulfilled life. Because you see, your fulfilled life might be, when I retire, like, good morning, Arita. How are you feeling today? Like Nancy, she's retired. But I notice Nancy spends a lot of time outside. She's always outdoors. So Nancy is always outdoors. And she loves nature. She loves gardening. She loves all of that. That is her fulfilled life. I mean, she's literally always somewhere. You'll find her on the beach. She'll tell you, I'm going to the beach. She'll tell you, I am having a campfire. So that is her idea of a fulfilled life. So for me, hi Marina, good morning. For me to hold this in my hand or teach you, my style of a fulfilled life wouldn't be yours. So I need to give you the information and guide you with the power so that you can choose how you want to live that fulfilled life of yours. Because we all have different levels of a fulfilled life. We have different feelings about it. So in the book, it will tell you about what Ryan said. Because, as I said, it's about 15 years of talking with Ryan. I'm so deeply grateful for Tessa-Marie for his mentorship in leading me to the daily routine required to achieve my goals and desires. My business has grown substantially since working with Tessa-Marie, and relationships with friends and loved ones have become more intimate, intense, and meaningful. I am happy to say that I have become the hero and the winner in life that I have longed and desired to become, thanks to her guidance. That's Ryan's words. But when Ryan came to see me, he came and he said to me, it's a financial thing. It's all about finance, because that's where we always go. Whenever our life seems unbalanced, we say it's our money. So we did that, we talked about that, and then he recommended me to his cousin, Melford. Melford is his cousin, and you guys, a few of you have met Melford when he came to talk about how his life has changed. And he's married, he has 2 kids, and when I met him, he was single, he was dating, and he has his own home. And he talked about when he came, he was so excited that he had just come back from a family trip with his wife and his son, I think. The daughter wasn't born yet. And he said, when I was on the airplane, I realized we came from this fabulous vacation and there is no bill to pay when I get home. And he said for the first time he did that. No, Lisa, you don't see Lisa too often anymore, the other Lisa, because she got a promotion. But Lisa also was in tears when she came back from her first vacation that was paid before she left in full. She was on the plane and she was crying, and her husband said to her, "What are you crying? What's wrong with you?" She said, "Do you realize this is the first time we are going home and our vacation is paid for?" And Lisa and her husband and 2 children, and now they pay adult fees, they go on 2 vacations a year. And you guys all know about Kathleen, because the thing is that in this book, it teaches you how to get your emotions in check. Georgie Gardner joined. So one of the things you're going to remember is when you pick this tiny book, it is filled with just what you need to make a choice. I am not telling you to follow what I do. I designed a fulfilled life by starting $1.75 and saving. That was important to me because I knew to have the experiences I enjoy today, I would have to have started 56 years ago. But it sustained and it kept going. That didn't mean that along the way there weren't challenges. But because I lived the life of balancing my emotions with meditation and prayer, and silence and stillness, and walking and thinking, and observing and listening to others. As much as my son tells me I never stop talking. He says you could talk for 10 years, non-stop. And it's true. But when I am listening to you, I listen, I hear you. Because you see, fortunately for me, my father taught me to listen with my brain. He said, when you listen with your ear, your brain is free to wander. He said, connect your brain, send the energy of your brain to the speaker and connect with them. Good morning, Yuko. How are you feeling this morning? And that is what I do when I speak with you. So when I coach people like the young lady last night, and I said something because her husband was first. And she said to me, he wanted me to show up and I wouldn't. But I have observed his emotional state is so much better. He's in such a good place that I wanted some of it. And I want you to empty your cup in me. And I said, sure, I always give everything I've got. So I did do finance with Ryan, but in the process, it was his emotion. And our emotion affects us from childhood. He was great at all he did, but he always doubted himself a little because he was the runt of the litter. He was the last child of family. So the pressure was always on Ryan. And then I had to turn that around. It wasn't bad, Ryan. It's not bad that they expect so much from you and they put you down. I have another friend, Donato, you guys know about him. His father would tell him, shut up, you're a child, you don't know anything. He won the hockey game. He was the goalie. He let in 1 shot. And on his way home, that's all he heard. You let 1 shot in. But Dad, we won. We scored 5 goals, but you let 1 shot in. So when you meet somebody like that, you have to build the emotion. It's not so much anything else, because if your emotion is low, you're going to spend money because you want to feel it. You want to do it. You're going to do things. Sometimes you might be in a very, in a relationship, but your emotion, you want better. You're going to say, okay, I'm going to cross the street to check this man out or this woman out so I can balance and you don't know you're doing it. So that is why I always say to you guys, the emotional prosperity bends and leans heavily on the 5 senses. It rests on the 5 senses. Because the emotional prosperity, I need to say it over and over again, is this. Is how you react to what you have seen, heard, taste, smell, and touch. Think about it yourself. If it's something you're eating, and you do not like the taste, it's your face, you make a face. You send that energy, that, right? If you see something beautiful, you smile at it, is the sight. So both things, all the five senses have a yin and a yang. But if your emotion is out of whack, you're going to maybe react differently. For example, during COVID, a lady decided, because Yuko looked like she was from China, she's actually from Japan. The lady didn't know. She decided she's going to push her grocery cart at Yuko because she's part of the COVID problem. Yuko had a choice. She told me, I looked at her and I just smiled. That was how she reacted to this person's emotional derangement, right? So we choose. Now, emotion gets balanced when you believe in something bigger than you, whether it's the universe or whether it's a God you worship, or whether it's a belief in yourself that I am good enough. So if you're not told that as a child, you need to find it. We did not arrive in this universe with instructions tied to our toe at birth. This is how you should raise this human being. Most of us, all of us, from what I know, we did this because we just figured we're doing the best. So when you're going to use emotion and criticize the parents, in some cases that are dead, if they did that, if they hadn't done that, if my father wasn't a gambler, if my father was a drinker, if my mother cared, if this happened, if did this not happen, all these ifs. If stands stiff, the British say. So, but it's not going to change. You're an adult now. You're a 20-year-old. You're a 60-year-old. When I ask you in coaching, hey, tell me, write down 5 things you desire in your life. People are so entrenched in what it is they experience as children that I get this. I do not want to be like my dad. I do not want to be like my aunt. And it just goes on. And I always let them spill it out. And then I said, I asked you what you desire in your life. And some people that think this is a game. They will say peace, love, the courage. No, I want more than that. I want something tangible, something you can feel and you can touch. What do you want? I want to be the best dancer in the world. I am training to be a ballerina, anything like that. I desire to get my weight down to 140. I'm at 180. Something like that. I am determined to buy my own home. But when you give me something that is on the edge of the fairy tale story, you already have peace, you see. You already have love in you. You already have confidence. They're just dormant. They're not dead. They're not extinct. I don't need to take you to find them. But if you follow the teachings within the 5 pillars of prosperity, you will wake them up. And you will be waking up the giant in you. And when the giant is awake, you're going to make waves. And when you're going to make waves, my dear, lives are going to be lost. The lives of the people who were always hanging on to you, just in case they need to tell you how hopeless, not good enough, and all what is wrong with you. They will drown in that tidal wave of you becoming you, living the life you choose. And for this reason, that is why you have to make sure you take care of you. Emotionally, it doesn't have to be that, you get your beads, whether you were Muslim or Orthodox or Christian or Catholic, and roll them incessantly. No, it doesn't mean that. What it means is that you have 10 minutes when you first wake up, and that 10 minutes, You make yourself as comfortable as you can be. Out of the bed, out of the bedroom, and find the spot you like the most. Everybody should have their special spot. A lot of men do this really well. They call it their cave. They have a chair and they can spend the entire night in the chair. It's conscience that gets a man out of a chair into his bed. It's conscience, nothing else. Because they're comfortable, they always have their thing that they do. It doesn't matter if the world is coming apart, they're going to find a way to do their thing. It's the female of the species that is not able to do their thing. They're constantly reaching over to fix something from someone who is broken. The thing though, while you're busy fixing them, you're busy breaking you. Because you're using all the tools you have to take care of you to go in and fix them. So by the time you get back to yourself, all you have is worn out tools. The knife isn't as sharp as anymore. The gate is not as flowing. Your head is in a constant fog. You look around you and you have no idea what to do because all you have ever done is give to them. So sometimes we have to learn to take time out. That's where emotion. Find your spot in that home you live in. Whether it is in a closet, put a stool in there, close the door, and sit in there. You won't stifle. And read or take a, I don't know what you're going to do. Contemplate, muse, think about you. Start from your top of your head to the tip of your toe. And everything you see, you praise it. I have a lovely head of hair. I love the texture of my skin. You start being grateful for that and you work your way down to your toes. And it's your time. When you're grateful, you're saying to your creator, I love the me you created. I am absolutely amazing. There is nothing wrong with me. Because if you believe you were created by a God of creation, an amazing God, guess what, guys? You have nothing wrong. You're perfect, just the way you are. But the first person, and really the only person who should know it and make this matter, should be you. It doesn't matter when someone says to you, I love you, you're so perfect. It makes you feel good. But if that's what you're waiting for you to live your fulfilled life, you won't get it. You have to believe it. You have to sit and say, I love where I am. I feel great. I love my energy. Just sit and just do something stupid one day. Sit on the grass. Sit on the grass outside if you have that opportunity in your home. Sit on your stoop. Sit there. And maybe if you go down to the grass, you cannot get up, then you'll have to roll. Somehow you'll make it. And while you're challenged with getting up from the floor or the grass or from the stoop to stand up again, and you're challenged, do not suck on your teeth and say, no. Smile and say, I remember when I could do this, like my grandchildren. Laugh. Smile at that. Because it's in laughing and sparing that little smile that helps that wonderful feeling to go through you, emotional prosperity. So I have to make sure you understand that mental prosperity, I need to do it now so you do not confuse the two. Many people think they mean the same. This is not the one, I don't know. As I said, it's from working with Ryan, it started, and it just grew, and they would come up in my dreams. I'd see them in the night. I'd see the words flying all over my head in the dreams. And mental prosperity is the ability to recall what you know or what you've studied and apply it at the right time, appropriately at the right time. They're not the same. One is your reaction. One is your knowledge of what you know. What is your name? To be able to say who you are. So does that have a little bit on some brain diseases? Yes. Does that mean we can fix some of our brain diseases? Yes. They say going just for a walk enables you to keep your brain healthy. So you see, having a conversation with others, reading a new book, learning something new, like learning how to do Instagram Live, learning how to write a note, choosing to remember to say thank you in a good way. Don't just assume it's okay because the person loves you enough or care about you that when they do something for you, you just take it and you move on. If you have a difficulty saying please and thank you when you ask, say please and thank you to yourself. Say please and thank you to the ache in your body that is preventing you from doing what you desire to do. Say, hey, Ahan, please and thank you. Let's do this together. You have to train your mind to see that. Get a new word today. Learn one word in Spanish, one word in French. Do something. Learn, do a crossword puzzle. Read a book that is stimulating. Read a book that is going to force you to think about you. This one. And that is what the 5 pillars are all about. I just mentioned 2 purposely. The 2 that are most what you call it? Closest and confuse the most. So, Stacy said, what did she say? Stacy said, Tessa-Marie, you have been gifted with wisdom, knowledge, love, and so many other great qualities. Thanks for sharing them with us. I'm so very grateful and thankful for you as a mentor and friend. Throughout the years, you have taught me many valuable lessons, which I have incorporated in my life. Words alone cannot express my gratitude and thanks. The most important lesson is reminding me that I am good enough and I am worthy of the best. So, I was reminded yesterday in words like this, not what Stacey said, but I'll tell you what I was told. For the length of time you're doing this, you should have hundreds of thousands of followers. But can I feed them? That was my question. I said, I feed. Can I feed them? Am I ready to feed hundreds of thousands of followers? So the person said to me, if you do not have those followers, you're not going to make any money. The thing is that I can just think and make money. I don't have to go make it. I can think it. And that is what, because we all have money, is how we think about it. So then I realized, after I was done with the conversation, is this. I have the perfect number of followers. For me. Like my husband was the perfect husband for me. So you guys that are there, you guys that show up when your life allows you to show up, it's the perfect people to be there. Because if there today, there will be around 20 of you pass through, 10 of you are standing here. If each one of you teach somebody out there from this book one thing, that's another 20. And if they go ahead and they do that, we have 30. That's all that matters. It's like Nelson Mandela said it best. Nelson Mandela said, each one, teach one. So I'm not saying that so you get people to buy my book. I'm just saying that when somebody says something like that to you, you have a choice. But for you to answer appropriately, you need to have mental acuity and you need to hear them. It wasn't a compliment. It was to put me down. But I'm already equipped. Like the most religious people will tell you, I was already covered in the blood of Christ, so it didn't matter what they do. You know, so I was already emotionally well balanced. So I always will read a little bit from the book for you. And And I like this. This is what I want you to hear. We are all creators. We were born to create. The creation begins with our thoughts. Our thoughts, when given life, have the power to transform our reality, good or bad. Then we desire what we see. We need to make our desire a reality. It's the beginning of a unique journey, the journey of creation. All you read in this book began because I saw life differently. Then I asked the question, what can I do to bring what I see into words? Words that will enable others to live a fulfilled life of their choosing, not me. When you read and choose to practice, what you read and choose to practice from this book is not known to be true. No, it's not. It's purely from my observations and thoughts. This is an inflection of what I noticed when I went deep into my thoughts, seeking me. Some methods may sound attractive, sufficiently to enable you to embrace them and incorporate them into your life. Some may trigger something you already know, but fear and doubt hold you back. Now is your opportunity to dare to venture. There will be many ideas that will never be for you. That's all right. The greatest of all is to share what you have experienced, tried, noticed, or to wake up the magnificent in you. In the end, do not judge any ideas or suggestions. Let them rest. Let them fall. Unknown to you, there is a hand waiting to catch what you do not need. You will find out every day that the moments are there for a reason. Moments in time are open invitations to look deeper, reach higher, raise your bar, seek to find your best self, lift the lead, and take as much as you desire. Realize that you now have access to a world of possibilities that you never thought existed. Yet somehow you always knew there was more to what was there. Now you know for sure. So that's what you have to remember. Jeff Brown gave up his profitable career as a lawyer to write a book no editor wanted. That's passion. I don't ask. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. When Amazon decided to do that, I would just send books. So I understand that. So guys, let's get this going. What I would really want to do with you is to form a little group that we come together. I do not have millions of followers. A group, and it shouldn't be more than 15 people. And we will just meet once a month. And we'll discuss where you are with your 5 pillars, where you're going with your 5 pillars, and what you can do. And then share your results. Share how you're feeling. Because no matter if you're 200 years old, you still have a choice. You still have room to learn. Like my father said, as long as you're alive, you have reasons to learn. So Junius Jones, oh hi Junius, I will be stuck in the mailman so I can read this. And thank you Tessa for this wonderful message, and thank you, love you. Thanks Stacy. Jeff Bronx sold his book on Young Street and now he is a well-known author. Of course, you have the perfect family on your morning blessings. Thanks Stacy. I have become a stronger woman since I met Tessa. I know, eh? Your book has taught me to be a best friend with myself. I love sitting on my front porch. Yeah, sit on the front porch. We all need a relaxing spot as well. We all need to have somewhere to sit and be yourself. You always know what someone is saying. You are funny, Stacey. So you guys, thank you. So anyway, so those of you, you can, oh, by the way, you can get an ebook. An ebook is great, so you have it on your phone. But I made it small and I give you just what you need. That the rest is that the book is this, right? But what is in it is this. You have to open it to find more. You're so amazing. You have taught me to go after what I want in life. You know I don't know you, right? I don't know. I see you coming off and on. But you should send a note to say who you are, because I see you coming there off and on. I don't know. But let me know who you are. So, you know, and where you're from. We like to do that. So today, excuse me, at 11:30, I'm going to do my YouTube. So if you get a chance, drop by YouTube. I'll be on YouTube at 11:30 today. And it's the Love channel. We talk about love and, you know, just love. All of the love things you could think about. I purposely do it at 11:30 because people laugh and say to me, why do you do that at 11:30 in the morning? You should do it at night. And I said, yeah, I go to bed at something to 9. I would love to see me do this. And, you know, I couldn't get up at 4:15. I woke up this morning, of course, at the same time. I went outside at about 4:30, sat in the pergola, and yesterday, the day we had that rain, that torrential rain, and water went everywhere, when I woke up, I couldn't hear one bird singing, not one bird, and that is so unusual. I looked at the trees and I realized they weren't moving either. It was so still. And I always heard the older people generation said that when a storm is coming, the animals know. Even the trees, you think they have no energy? This was magnificent. The sky was different. But the trees were still, and we have such huge trees in our area, and nothing was breezy. Today, when I went in the pergola to sit, I usually walk and I stand in the middle of the backyard, look up to the sky and say, good morning, God, here I am. That is me. I'm slightly off, right? So I do things like that. But it works for me, my fulfilled life, my version. And then sit in the pergola for 5 minutes and just listen. And if I feel I haven't had enough, I will put another minute and listen. That last minute, suddenly, a cool breeze just passed through on me. Because my face felt cool. I couldn't see the trees moving when I saw that. And then all of a sudden, you know that big chime I have, that Westminster chime, I heard it going ding, ding. And it triggered a motion light. And I looked at it. And then seconds after, the timer went and I got up. That was what happened this morning. So you can imagine what happens when you go outside early. Remember, the world is asleep. The sooner you get out there, the better it is for you when the world hasn't woken up yet. So let me say goodbye because, you know, I'll talk until doomsday. So let's do this. Animals safe still in touch with nature. Yeah, most humans have lost that connection. We do. Stacy, Rita, Georgie, Lisa, Marina, Colleen, Loretta, and oceans of thoughts. I know who that is. Have a really wonderful and amazing day. Thank you for coming, and I'll see some of you at 11:30 on my YouTube channel. Have fun, everybody. Thanks for coming. And don't forget to share this book. By the way, you know when you say, I don't know what to get for this person that I really want to give a gift to, send this to them. And you don't have to say much. Just say, you know what? I enjoy this, and I think you can pass it on. You know who will benefit from this? A person who's starting their journey. So they know what to take from others and what to leave on the sidewalk. So if you have any, you know, pass it on. Have a great day. I'm going to drink a gallon of water and get ready. This is going to be my dad. He will love it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to have stuff to do. I still have to deal with Amazon and other little things, but other than that, it's going to be a fabulous day, 25 degrees Celsius, so not exceptionally hot, and apparently no rain. So let's have a great day. Thank you, guys. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time. Lisa, I know how busy your life is at the moment, so thank you for taking the time to stop by. And Georgie, you too. All of you are busy lives. All of you. Marina is running around doing so many things. Loretta is chasing dogs. And Stacy is just Stacy. She's a butterfly. She kisses a little. And Rita is at work right now. So have a great day, all of you. Love you. Bye-bye.